Now you have to go to Acharya Buddha, who reached the age of absorption samadhi at that time. He met Acharya Buddha, and then by practicing with him, he reached age absorption samadhi, which is the highest stage of Lokiya samadhi at the time. But by reaching in this stage, he also realized he is still not able to penetrate to the depth of the mind and to clean the depth of the mind of the karmas of the past. So he considered himself not enlightened. He went also and then practiced 6 years of study, torturing his body so that if you, at that time, belief was that if you practice austerities, your mind, you will reach depth of the mind and then clean the depth of the anusaya kleshas, which is in the depth of the mind. But he spent 6 years. After 6 years, he was not able to penetrate in depth of the mind. He couldn't clean the anusaya kleshas of depth of the mind. And then at that time, he practiced all Indian meditation techniques at that time, prevailing at that time, and he couldn't reach enlightenment. And then he remembered when he was 5 years old, you could see that little boy sitting under the tree practicing anapana meditation. Whatever meditation he was practicing till now was cleaning the surface of the mind, not penetrating to the depth of the mind. But by practicing anapana, he penetrates to himself, goes to the depth of the mind. So he remembered whatever practice he was doing while he was 5 years old, and then he found this way, and he started practicing anapana in Bodh Gaya, Nirjana river for 14 days, and then samadhi was perfect, and then he went to the Bodh Gaya and meditated for 1 day, and then he himself, anapana practice, if you practice, and then it brings you to vipassana, leads to vipassana, which leads to the depth of the mind, to clean the anusaya klesha of the mind. So he practiced under the Bodhi tree, and he was enlightened as a Buddha, as you know. And then he taught this meditation for the benefit of others, starting in Sarnath, first 5 disciples. And then you remember this Angulimala story. Well, today my topic is about how vipassana is being practiced in Mongolian prisons, how to clean the mind of criminals who's been lifetime in a criminal world, and then their mind is very much in cruel stage. So clean that mind is not easy. But then, as you know, Angulimala, who killed 999 people, and then he met Buddha, and then practiced vipassana. He cleaned his mind, not only cleaned the mind, but he get enlightened by practice of vipassana. So this practice, vipassana, still remain now. Now these teachers, as you know, Ashoka Sen, at that time many arahant who are masters of theory, masters of practice. Ashoka Sen, many learned and enlightened arahants to many countries. And then also in Mongolia, we have a saying that 2 acharyas, in Mongolian we call azar, but it is called acharya, which means meditation teachers, even now. So 2 acharyas, Ashoka Sen, also came in Mongolia. And then the Dhamma flourished in Mongolia from the Ashoka's time, in ancient Hunnu Empire time in Mongolia. So now, because Ashoka Sen, many teachers from different countries in the world, spreading Dhamma, and then practice of vipassana eventually lost many other countries, even in Mongolia also. And then Myanmar, I'm very grateful to India, where the Buddha has born, and by practicing vipassana getting enlightenment. This wonderful technique is taught for many centuries for students, and then helping. And also very grateful to Myanmar, who preserved this technique in pristine purity till now. So 2 arahants from India was sent to Sona and Uttara to Myanmar, and then from generation to generation, they preserved Vipassana technique in pristine purity. And you see Lady Sayadaw, who was in the 1900, very learned monk of Myanmar, practiced Vipassana. He taught Sayateji, who was a farmer. And then Sayateji taught the Sayaji Ubakin, who was a finance minister of Myanmar. And then Sayaji Ubakin taught Sayaji Isen Goenka, this Vipassana technique. And Goenkaji practiced 14 years, and then he arrived in India in 1969. Started spreading Vipassana in India, and eventually whole world. Now within this generation, Vipassana has reached in about 120 countries around the world. Almost 300 Vipassana meditation centers is running courses around the world, free of cost. Now about Vipassana in prisons. Goenkaji started Vipassana in 1975, September 1975, first course, Vipassana course in Jaipur Central Jail, Rajasthan. This is how Vipassana started, also helping people in prison who are suffering. And then you see November 1993 in Delhi, Tihar prison first courses. And then 1994, Goenkaji organized the Vipassana meditation course for 1,000 prisoners. And this way it went. Now there's Vipassana courses in different countries, also in prisons in United States, Sri Lanka, Mongolia, Myanmar, Colombia, Britain, Taiwan, New Zealand, and other countries. They have courses in prison. Now Vipassana has arrived in Mongolia in 1997. We started having courses in Mongolia. Now we have established 2 Vipassana meditation centers in Mongolia. And then the courses run in the city, suburb center, and the city center both. And then we have courses around the year. And so far, 45,000 Mongolians have practiced Vipassana and benefiting enormously.
Wow.
Also, we have started organizing children courses because I went to prison and I saw in Mongolian prisons about 6,000 inmates there. Out of 6,000, most 98% of prisoners in Mongolia, very young people, 18 to 35 years old. By seeing this, I thought we should reach out to children in young age so that they should, when they grow up old, they shouldn't go to the wrong direction and then suffer consequences. So we started organizing children courses. Last year in Mongolia Central National Wrestling Center, we organized children courses for 1,000 children participating in the Anapana meditation, which was Buddha practiced when he was 5 years old. Now, other Vipassana brief activities, we translated, we brought Buddha's teaching, Vipassana, the practical aspect, and also we also brought Pali Tipitaka, published by VRI India, 140 volumes, and we translated 13 volumes into Mongolian language already. In first 8 volumes been published, remaining 5 we're going to publish in near future. So, practical aspect Vipassana, as a theoretical aspect, the Buddha's teaching from the Pali to Mongolian language. So this will benefit enormously. Theory and practice must go together. So that's why we have translated this many volumes from the Pali language. Now this future centers, we are making a new design so that other 21 states of Mongolia will same design centers in the future. And also we have, this practice of Vipassana. If you go practice 10-day course, and then if you don't meditate, practice at home, no benefit will come. Without practice, if you don't apply, no benefit at all. Just nice memory of 10 days will remain in you. But practice is most important. That's why we're planning to build in Mumbai, Goenkaji built global Vipassana pagoda Hall inside 10,000 people can meditate. But we also planning the same to build in Mongolia. This is because we want those 45,000 students of Vipassana to practice, come, meditate anytime they want. Because centers have course after course. And then those who have practiced, they have no time. They couldn't come whenever they had time. They cannot come to meditate because the course is running. But if we build this nice pagoda hollow inside so that 24 hours it can operate, then those who have practiced, they can, whenever they have free time, they can come meditate. It will benefit for them. That's why, for the benefit of those who practice, so that they continue meditating, enjoying peace and happiness in their life, we are planning to build this big, not big as it's in India, Mumbai. It will be little lesser, so that minimum 5,000 can meditate together. So now Vipassana, we have started in 2006 until 2008. This 2006 first prison course in Mongolian female prison was conducted. And then the remaining three years we continued about 300 inmates, female inmates practice. It was the first ever our trial course in prison. And then it has very good benefit, but we couldn't continue certain circumstances of financial matter. And at the time, the prison officials were not understanding the benefit because they didn't practice themselves. So there were obstacles. So we stopped continuing prison courses. But this on this slide you can see Mr. Dorlikchao. He is Minister of Justice of Mongolia. Because he practiced himself 10-day course twice, and he saw the benefits in him, how the happiness bringing Vipassana. So he asked me. Now in 2014, he approached me. He said, "You should start prison courses." And then I said, "Yes, I would like to, but there are certain things I want to ask before I'm starting, because the certain things of the rule, was that they should send force from all 23 prisons, at least 3-4 prison officials, social workers. They must send to prison so that they can to course, so that they meditate, they see benefit themselves. And then all the prisons, these 4 or 5 prison officials have done course with us, and then it was easy for me to go there. So he started sending prison officials with the salary given, 10-day course salary given to them, and they practice in our centers meditation. And then when I was going to the prison, it was very nice because already there are people who understand me, what I am teaching, and then who benefited, so that they will start helping me to organize courses in prison. So, because by initiative of this minister, we started planning to organize courses in Mongolian prisons. And then officials at the prison authority of Mongolia, in the beginning, because the minister ordered them to start conducting courses in prison, but they were not believing it will be really benefiting, because there are many programs, many meditation, many yoga, things happen in prison, but no benefit at all. And then they thought, there's another one coming, and again he will try something, and it was not benefit. Then I was asked them, send me to the worst prison. Then you will see. This meditation who changed Angulimala, who killed 999 people, same meditation is still here, same effect is still there. They can change your hardened criminals. I asked them to send me to the worst prison. And then they sent me to prison for 15, which is mind. Prison which is the worst prison in Mongolia, because there are people who commit many crimes. Some of them have been in prison 13 times. The people are living in prison. And because once you are in prison, and the community, family don't accept them. So when they go out, and somehow they come back. So they sent me to maximum security prison in Myanmar, and then this benefit was enormous. And then because when I started course, the agreement was that when I go there, conduct courses, after the course, those inmates who have done course, they must practice daily, morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour. Without applying in life, without continuing practice, no benefit will come. And then I asked the minister to tell the prison authority people so that they should implement in daily program of prisoners so that morning 5 to 6 they must practice Vipassana. Evening 5 to 6 they must practice Vipassana. So this was implemented. It was signed by warden and put on the wall, and that's it. In prison, whatever is written there must follow. So this agreement was there. First course was in my head. I could see the magic of Buddha's teaching, Vipassana, how they change in people. In the beginning, first 2-3 days, it was very scary. But eventually, these people, I could see they're changing. Their attitude is changing. They're feeling happy inside. And then the benefit was there. And then they continued daily meditation morning and evening. And then next year, prison authority people start calling me, come again. Yes. What happened? And they said, this course which you have done, and they continued meditating morning and evening. Those troublemakers who have done course, they have done.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. So basically, prison course very successful. So far, 2,000 inmates have done course with us, and then those prison people who have done course, inmates, they don't, when they are in prison, they don't create any trouble to the prison authorities. And then many of them went out of prison. Now they are not coming back. This is a good result of Vipassana in prison.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sen.
So here you could see the Vipassana documentaries, Vipassana in Mongolian prisons here in YouTube, and also doing Vipassana documentary made by the Israeli filmmaker. It's very famous about Vipassana in Tihar jail. It's very. And the Dhamma Brothers documentary about how the prisoners in USA practicing Vipassana is getting benefit. Very famous 3 documentaries that you can watch in. Also, especially Vipassana in Mongolian prisons. If you watch, you will really understand what the changes, magical changes happening in Mongolian prisons. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Senande. Thank you so much. That was wonderful about Umlima and the prison system. Thank you for the insightful talk.